it, and two more people in the car transcended. Young and Ace survived it. So and you know, Julio Foolio, he made a many diss songs about that triple murder. It was a triple murder / attempt murder. He made a lot of diss songs bragging about the three people that was murdered in that car. And that led to Young and Ace and Julio Foolio exchanging a plethora of diss records aimed at each other over the years. So that's how both of them pretty much got real famous for dissing each other through the songs. So it's ironic that after years of dissing Young and Ace, friend who died on his solar day, Julio Foolio dies the same way. You know, on his solar day, somebody comes and shoot up his car, and everybody in the car survived but Julio Foolio. So it actually went the opposite way, where, you know, Julio Foolio on his solar day, somebody pulls up, shoots his car up. Everybody in the car survived, but he died. He transcended. And the artist he was with, this beef started between them years ago, where on the artist Young and Ace best friend birthday solar day, they pull up alongside the car, they fire shots into the car, and everybody dies except Young and Ace. So everybody transcends except Young and Ace. So the reports rolling out that if you look at the Julio Foolio video, from what I'm hearing, it was a bunch of young goddesses, young women around him on his solar day at the party, and you can see them in the videos from what everybody is saying. From what I'm hearing, you can see the young goddesses, and one of those goddesses that was at his party, that had been traveling around with him all that day, she actually had something to do with setting him up, which doesn't shock me. That's why you gotta watch who you hanging around and who's in your circle. So they have arrested, like, I believe 4 or 5 people, from what I'm hearing, connected to this Julio Foolio shooting. Alright, so that's who Julio Foolio is. And that's what he had going on as an artist. Alright? So now you have an understanding of who Julio Foolio is, if you didn't know. But like I say, he was very popular and is very popular amongst the youth. Alright, so now let's talk about the spiritual side of what happened with his situation. Alright, as you know, the name of this lecture is called, it has to deal with invoking spirits. And I'm saying that because a lot of the young guys do not understand that when they having their gang wars, and they kill their enemy, when they started this trend of actually dissing that enemy they killed, making fun of the enemy, transcended, talking about they rolling up backwoods and king palms and saying they smoking on their enemy. Well, when you're doing that, you're invoking the spirit of your enemy. You have to understand something spiritually that a lot of the young guys don't understand, all right? When a person transcends, because they are spirit and soul, you can summon that spirit back to this realm. Especially for those souls and spirits that are not stuck on the realm. You know, at the moment we transcend, 2 things happen. Either you keep going on and ascending to higher planes, cosmic planes of existence, higher spiritual planes, or you descend and you go down to Hades, where you are awaiting a rebirth to work for Satan. If you sold your soul or you didn't do the right things, you're going to descend. And then now Zeus, aka Shaitan, is going to use your soul, which is magnetism, as a food source, or he's going to, as new bodies come into this realm, new avatars are created, he's going to send your spirit back into this realm. So just like we can leave this realm and then we go back up into the higher cosmos or the heavens, and we can come back and reincarnate to do the will of Almighty God, the ancestors, you can also, if you binded your soul over in your past life, you can come back here and now you're forced to do the will of Lord Zeus, aka Satan. This is why some people in this world, they do
You have 1 minute left.
They do evil and they will never change. The reason they will never change is because this is not their first lifetime here, like it's not yours. In their last lifetime, they might have sold their soul or bonded themselves over to Satan, Lord, aka Lord Zeus. So by doing that, when they come back and get a new body or a new avatar or a new vessel in this lifetime, they have to do the will of their God, which is Lord Zeus. This is why you got certain people, you like, damn, why they so evil? Or why she always, she has to fulfill her soul contract. Just like we got a soul contract that you sign with Almighty God to do righteous, people that bind themselves to Lord Zeus have a soul contract to do negative things because that's their mission in this lifetime. Okay? You got to understand that, Cosmic Family. You got to understand that. Well, I'm going to give you a second to let that sink in.
Thank you for using.
Okay, so sorry about that. But like I was saying, you have to understand, and a lot of people don't understand it. You are not the flesh, okay? You are the, once again, I'm going to keep reiterating this because I know me just saying it once or twice, or even 1,000 times, it's still not just going to sink in because you have to really meditate on this. You are not the flesh. But when you waking up every day, you see yourself as flesh because you see a body. No, you are the spirit and soul and mind within the flesh. That's what you are at the core. You have had 1,000,000 bodies. You have had many lifetimes, okay? So to understand how the spiritual plane works, when somebody transcends, they're either going to ascend to a higher spiritual plane, or they're going to descend and go down to Hades, which is the lowest realm. And in Hades is where hell is located, and that's where all of those who have participated in negative energy and who sided with Zeus, aka Satan, in their last lifetime, that's where they go. And for those individuals who side with Almighty God and do righteousness in this lifetime, when they transcend, we continue on to a higher spiritual planes. We go back home to the heavens and the higher spiritual planes, known as the cosmos, to be with Almighty God and stand in righteousness. And then you got those individuals who become what's known as lost souls and lost spirits, which is a real thing. Sometimes when a person transcends, because they hadn't chosen a side in their lifetime, so they kind of play both sides against the middle. They'll go through a phase of they be stuck here on this material plane. Okay, so you got to understand it takes a soul, a God is an individual with a spirit and a soul. So when the gods transcend, when the gods and goddesses transcend, it takes 72 man-made 72 man-made days to fully transcend the realm. Whereas with a human being, it takes them 6 man-made months. Okay? So in that process, that means the spirit and soul of that individual is still here. So while that spirit and soul is still here, they're still roaming. Right? And there's a lot of things that can happen in that period. This is normally the period when a lot of souls get led into that moonlight, and then they are forced to reincarnate. That's the solar system where they like I told you about the fake moon, where they blind your soul with this moonlight, and then because if you never fully awaken or reach the state of true spiritual enlightenment, the moment you see that white light, you're going to believe this is leading you to heaven, right? Because this is what they teach you in religion. And then the souls go into that white light, and then they have EMF containers, which EMF stands for electromagnetic force field containers. You have actual scientists on the dark side of the moon, which is the actual base. Because I told you the moon is a holographic image, it's not real. So on the other side of the moon, which is known as the dark side of the moon, you have actual NASA scientists who is sitting there with these EMF containers. So as these souls go into the light and float into the light, they have EMF containers, electromagnetic force field containers, which captures the spirit and the soul. Okay, and then what they do is they bleach the soul of its memories and they beam the soul back down to the planet. So that's what you call forced reincarnation, or this is what's known as the true solar system. And this is what happens to a lot of souls because they don't have spiritual enlightenment. Okay, however, you have other souls who have reached spiritual enlightenment in this life. Peace to the gods and goddesses of planet God. Peace, meaning positive energy always creates elevation. Peace to all the high vibration human beings. Peace to the ancestors for working through me. If you wish to see this full video, please head over to our official online website, www.theuci.online, and click on the video tab. Also, you can click, the shortcut to this video is to click the link below. It will be in the pinned comment in the comment section below. You can click the link and it will take you directly to this video so that you can watch this full video. Please be sure to continue to spread the message via social media using hashtags on TikTok, Rashad Jamal, and hashtag free Rashad Jamal. Be sure to continue. Thank you for everyone that's donating to the university and for those who are subscribing to the online website. And to purchase official crystals, please visit the website as well. I love you all. I'll be home soon. Now we rise. I leave as I come. Ashe.